What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and I've been covering Avengers Doomsday a lot lately because we're set to get the trailer in just a few days, probably by the end of next week, from what people are saying. Um, and it's supposed to be, of course, released before the newest Avatar movie, which I'm going back and watching the first one, and now I'm watching the second one. These are movies, the Avatar movies. They're movies that I gotta watch. Watch about 30 minutes of it, take a break. Watch about 30 minutes of it, take a break because it's so much going on in them. The first one, I don't see what all the hoopla is about. I really don't with these movies. It is exactly like I thought it was. It's like I know that Black Panther came out after, way late after, um, the first Avatar, but it's like Black Panther meets like Fern Gully. I don't. I just. It's a cool movie to look at, and that's about it. The story of the movie is just all over the place, and it was rather weak to tell you the truth. Very predictable. The second one is. I'm about maybe 20 minutes into the second one, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm here on this planet where it's like every 10 minutes, it's like, look at the big flashy neon light tree in the background. Oh man. Anyway, um, the Avengers Doomsday trailer, getting back to that, is supposedly being broken up into three 1 minute segments, or they say the first one is a little over a minute. And it's going to be played over the course of 3 weeks before the new Avatar movie. So you go week one, you see a trailer for Doomsday. You go week two, you see the part two of the trailer. Then you go a third week and you see part three. No one is going to do that. Nobody's going to do this because you know that they're going to save their money. And by the end of week three, the entire 3 minute long gimmick will be online. Um, Also, there's a big rumor coming out that this is going to be a direct sequel to Endgame, basically negating everything they've done since, except for a few things: Loki, Quantum Mania, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man: No Way Home. Those four things. Now, characters from all the other stuff that they've done are obviously going to be in it, but to do a direct sequel, like they're saying it's going to be picking up right after um, Endgame with Steve Rogers putting back the Infinity Stones. Because if you remember, he had to go put back the Infinity Stones at the proper place and at the proper time where they were in order to prevent an incursion, in order to prevent a time split. Um, but what I'm wondering is with the Tesseract, how is that possible when Loki took their version of it? So one time stone is already gone out of existence because of these guys. I wonder how they're going to explain all that, if they're going to explain all that. Um, but that's not really the why I'm doing this video. I'm doing this video because Den of Nerds has said something, and maybe he said it before because Den of Nerds is not somebody that I watch regularly. Um, but he said something as far as Marvel scoopers go that that kind of you know got my attention. Listen to this.
So this is now being circulated again by Majestic. Now, what I think I know about this and why I think this is coming out again now is basically, I think all the scoopers, and this goes back to that Discord that people got into or were perhaps allowed into. Back in June of last year, I strongly feel as though they got a massive info dump from various sources, or maybe just one source with inside Marvel Studios. And I think from that massive info dump, a lot of that info then, it's not like the scoopers just tell you everything. They sort of keep it all and then they sort of drip feed it out, right? Because they want, more engagement, more Patreon subscriptions or whatever, visits to a website. So they sort of drip that info out. But I think they usually get it in big bulk things. And that's just because that's my experience as well with sources. You usually get it in bulk, and then you're like, sometimes they're like, you can't talk about this for a while, you can't talk about this for a while. So maybe that's a little bit of it, but it's probably more just they're holding off to continue to make content. Well, the way I understand it is Majestic either got access or was given access to that Discord. And so to Majestic, all of this stuff is basically new. And so I think, I could be wrong about this, but my speculation is that like what is happening right now is Majestic and maybe some others are getting information that is potentially a year old or more that for them is like the first time they're hearing it. And so they're posting it all because to them it's new and it's fresh and whatever. And part of me actually thinks that the actual scoopers let these people in to throw other people off the scent, to allow some of this information to get out there into the wild in different accounts. Like literally, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Because I think even Majestic is still in contact with some of the scoopers that are in that Discord, and he's literally being given permission to say some of the stuff that he's saying.
So apparently there's a Discord server. I don't use Discord. I don't ever really care to use Discord. Discord is a lot like Reddit to me. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm old. You know, I'm in my 40s now. I'm getting ready to turn 41 in a little bit over a month. So maybe it's just beyond me. When I try to go onto Reddit, Reddit's like they're like, "Oh, it's just a message board." A message board to me was like blocks with threads. Reddit is very hard to read. It's hard to keep up with for me anyway. I know. I'm just old. But Discord's along a lot the same way. Is it a chat room? Is it like a private Twitch server? I don't get it. But anyway, according here to Denim Nerds, there's a Discord server, a private Discord server, so you have to be let into it or invited to it, where all these Marvel scoopers, I'm guessing like a Daniel RPK and all these other guys come through, My Time to Shine, hello, blah, 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 blah. They all hang out. Apparently it's a big enclave, a big conclave of these guys. And they get big dumps of info that they share with each other, and then they secretly plot out how they're going to leak it to benefit their Discords and their Patreons and their Twitter feeds and everything like that. So I'm kind of glad that I don't subscribe to any kind of Patreon or anything like that from these guys. If if we're to believe what Denim Nerds here is saying, these guys already know full plot leaks for the movie. And that they're just not allowed to leak them per their sources until the sources say so. You know, could this be the quote unquote sources that Doomcock talks about? You know, he always says, according to my sources, my spies, my sources. Could this be it? Or is it just a bunch of these guys sitting around in a Discord server playing with each other, playing with themselves, and spitballing ideas going, what if we leak this out? What if we do that? What if we do that? Are we being played all along by these guys? I don't know. Sure seems like it. Or does this Discord server even exist? Is Den of Nerds just spitballing in the wind here and giving an overall thing, you know, an idea of what he thinks is going on? Who knows? Anyway, folks, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you going to go see the new Avatar movie? I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go Christmas Day. My son wants to go see it. My 16-year-old son wants to go see the new Avatar. Dad, you got to watch Avatar. So I finally broke down on him watching them so we could go see the third one. This third one, man, is going to make or break the series, because depending on how good this one does in theaters, which I think is going to do gangbusters. I mean, the Five Nights at Freddy's sequel made $50 million over the weekend, and the critics have all trashed it. So Avatar 2 or Avatar 3 is going to make money, but depending on how much money is going to be the deciding factor in if or when or both Disney decides to do a fourth one. They have plans, I heard, to do 5. So we'll see. And with that, folks, we'll see you down the road.
Is that the American dream?
That's the American dream.
What?
An ass like you.